Music and trumpet thoughts. I wanted to share this horn with you today because, man, I just love Antonio's stuff. But this is from AR Resonance, and this is the Feroce model. And the Feroce model features an oversized bell in nickel silver, with like nickel silver lead pipe, nickel silver, much, with quite a bit of nickel silver throughout the horn. You also do have some bronze and phosphor bronze as well to kind of warm it up, especially like in the valve casing. We've got the maw valves, of course, like we have in all the AR resonant stuff. This particular horn, just for grins, because I had another horn that we were doing this with, this one's been lacquered. So this finish that you see, it will essentially always stay like this. It won't patina or anything like that. So it's a lacquer finish. Lacquer does tend to reduce a little bit of like the brightness and the sound. Lacquer is essentially, it's kind of like a paint, it's in this case, like a clear paint, and it's thin, but it's still there. And so it just tends to reduce some of the vibrations a little bit, which tends to amplify some of the lower frequencies and remove some of the top frequencies, which I personally don't mind. I have a sound that's bright enough already, so that's not really a problem for me. And I really dig it. I do like both finishes. I like the normal unlacquered finish because it does patina over time, and there's just something beautiful about watching these materials and metals sort of model and change those colors. But you can't lie and can't deny that this is just a gorgeous looking horn, and if we could keep it this way forever, like why would you not want to? Bronze valve stems, finger buttons. It's just absolutely lovely. So yeah, super stunning. I realize as I'm doing this that I'm wearing this mic, which makes my voice a little clearer and less reverb, but I have no idea how this thing will do with trumpet. And I haven't really invested the time or energy to bust out interface. Well, I have an interface, but getting the microphone. Someday I'll put in a better microphone to record these with. But I'll just play it just a little bit so you can kind of hear this and get a sense for it of what it's like. The Feroce model, so if we have here's our medium sound, like what's an equal mix of like bright darks right here. The Suprema tends to be a little on the warm side, it's over on the warmer spectrum. And the Feroce tends to be a little bit over on the brighter side because of the nickel silver. Basically the difference between nickel silver and the phosphor bronze bell. It's not the brightest horn that Antonio makes. He does have the Lacquer, which is even brighter. And the Suprema is not the darkest horn that Antonio makes. He has the Estrema that's darker as well. But this kind of like, I don't know that he makes a horn right in the middle. I guess the Classica might be kind of right in the middle. But anyway, so if you want something a little darker on average that will brighten up if you push it, then the Suprema is your choice. If you want something that at lower volumes isn't sizzly and too extreme, but when you push it, it gets really bright, then the Feroce is a great choice. For me personally, I really love the Feroce. I find that it's versatile enough where I can use this horn to do anything that I have to do. If I'm playing lead in a big band, it works. If I'm playing in a wind ensemble, switching the equipment, it works. So I just find that it's really, really versatile. So anyway, this is the day after Thanksgiving, and I'll just noodle around for a couple of minutes. I haven't played at all, but I should come up with something to play before I do this. So this is on a mouthpiece that I tend to use for most, we'll just call it classical type playing, but it's versatile enough that I can kind of use it for a lot of different stuff. And then this, hang on, I just realized I don't want to go through the hassle of changing gap adjusters. So now I'll switch over and use the Lead Plus model. So give it a little more sizzle. So obviously when you got a lead mouthpiece in, every note has that kind of like hiss and aggressiveness to it. There's really no way to dial it back unless you play at a piano, maybe mezzo piano. That's about as piano as I can play, especially on this type of cup. So it's, this shallow of a mouthpiece, not suitable for that. But if you're playing like, playing lead in a big band, you're playing in a horn band, something like that. I was going to say pep band, but probably most people don't take a $7,000 trumpet into pep band, but you totally could. But anything like that, this horn would totally work for that. Yeah, just responds super, super great. A lot of fun to play. So the Feroce from AR Resonance, one of my personal favorite trumpets, period. Just like all the other horns, features the adjustable gap receiver, so you can dial in the perfect gap. And the fit and finish, quality, just exceptional. This particular one in lacquer, so it'll always stay pretty. You stay pretty too, my friends. Take care.